guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and I am the creator behind LilyRoseCraftroom, and for today's video I'm going to show you guys how to sublimate a glass can. But before we get started, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell so you guys don't miss on any new videos. Alright, let's get started. If you guys have watched my previous videos, you guys know how much I love Creative Fabrica. This is where I get all of my designs, from PNGs to SVGs to fonts to even classes. This website has everything, and it also comes with personal and commercial license, and you can even use them for print-on-demand websites. And even if you cancel your subscription, you guys are still covered with that license. I do have a link for a free trial if you guys wanted to check it out. I will leave it down in the description below. You guys will get 10 free downloads or 1 month free, whichever one comes first. So if you guys haven't tried it out, I suggest you guys take advantage of those 10 free downloads, give it a try, and hey, you guys might like it. And if you decide to keep the subscription going after that, it's only $9 a month. So if you guys are a small business, you guys are selling products, this website is amazing. It has over 8 million different designs, and they're always adding new designs. So if you guys haven't already, definitely check that out. I scoped out the designs that I'm going to be using and I added them to my favorites. And if you guys have been on Instagram and TikTok lately, these bows are trending right now. It's all I see. It's these coquette bows. So I found this website. It has the coquette cherries. And I'm going to show you this girl's page. She has so many different cute ones. So you're just going to select view profile to view like what else that seller has. And they have like cute bride and tribe designs, and all these mama with the coquette bows. Super cute. I also forgot to mention, or I don't know if it was pretty self-explanatory, but if you subscribe to Creative Fabrica, you have unlimited downloads. You don't have a monthly cap. You could download as many as your heart desires. And to download your design, simply you just select that green bar and your download should drop down from the top. If you have a Windows 11 computer, this is what I have. So I'm gonna show you guys how to download and how to open the files. Next, I'm going to be downloading the full wrap. So once again, I'm gonna select that green bar and my download is going to drop down from the top. And to open them, because they come in zip files, you're just gonna select it. Then you're gonna find it in your downloads, select your zip file, and then you're gonna go and select extract all. And what this does, it unzips a file, that way you're able to use it. Next, we're gonna do the same thing with the other file. We're gonna select it, and then we're gonna go over to extract all, extract again, and then you're able to unzip the file and use the images now. All right, so to edit our design, I like to use Silhouette Studio. Even though I don't have a Silhouette Studio, using Silhouette Studio is completely free, so this is why I use it. And it's because it allows me to use the whole entire page to print, versus when I use the Cricut print thing cut, it prints those black registration marks and it doesn't allow me to use a full entire page. So that's why we're using Silhouette Studio. And to get this size right here, this is going to be our sublimation paper. So if you don't have this page set up, you simply go on panels and then you're going to hit page setup and this little window is going to pop up. So you're just going to select, or you can put custom, the size of your sublimation paper. So for me, my sublimation paper size is a 8.5 by 11. So this is the size that we have. And now I'm going to show you how to upload our designs. So we're going to click on file and then we're going to go down to where it says open. And then we're going to go to downloads, and we already have our designs unzipped. So first we are going to do the glass can wrap. So we're going to select the file and then hit OK. And we're going to select the PNG file, which is going to be this one right here. It says PNG. So we're going to select it and select OK. So it's just going to upload into our Silhouette Studio. Now we're going to resize it to our glass can wrap. My glass can is a 9.5 by a 4.5. So to resize this design, we're just going to simply click it, and then this little width and height is going to pop up, and we're going to unlock it. That way we're able to adjust the width and height. And for the width, we are going to change it to a 9.5, and then the height is going to be a 4.5, and we're gonna hit enter, and it's going to resize our design. So if you could see, our design is hanging off the paper, so we're gonna need to rotate it. So we have a little green dot, so we're just gonna hover over it, and it's gonna show that rotational icon. So we're gonna click on it, and we're going to rotate it down just like that. And then I'm just gonna make sure it's straight, 90 degrees. I'm gonna move it to the side because we still have room for our other design, and we don't waste paper around here. So we are going to upload our other design now. So again, we're gonna go back on File, select Open, and then we're gonna go back to where it says Downloads. And then we're gonna select our Coquette Cherry. Coquette or Coquette Cherry. Okay, so we're gonna select that, and it's gonna open it on another page, but we're just going to select it, and we're going to right click, and we're going to copy. And then right here we have our other file. We're gonna select it, and then right here we're just going to right click again, and we're going to paste our design right here. I'm just gonna resize it to our glass can size, and I like a 3.5. So with this design, I'm gonna make sure it's locked, and then I'm going to select or input 3.5, and it's gonna bring it down like that. So our height of that is a 4.1, so that's okay. So I'm just gonna move it over that it's still in the red line. So we don't wanna go past that red line or else it's not gonna print. So this is good. Next, I want my name on the back of the cup. So we're just going to go over here to the side where it has that A, and this is gonna be our text button. So we're gonna select it, and then we're gonna click anywhere on the page, and this is gonna be where we're able to write. So I'm just gonna type in my name. And then next, we're going to fill in the color that we want. So I want a red so it can match those cherries. So we're gonna go over to the panels, and we're going to go down where it says fill color. So this is the colors that we're able to choose. And I'm just going to choose red. And make sure everything is highlighted, and I'm gonna choose my red. It's more like a softer red, so let's go down and change that color. So we're gonna go with that faded red color because it matches these cherries. Next, we're gonna change the font. So we're gonna make sure we have our text highlighted, and then this is gonna be the font where it has Arial. And we're just gonna choose the font that we like. I don't like that one. Let's do this one. It's a little thicker font. Next, we're gonna need to weld our letters together because if you can see, let me zoom in. Oop, zoom in, not zoom out. Okay, we could see, okay, it went too much. We can see where the letters connect. We have a, well, you can see where the letters connect, they overlap, so we don't want to print that out or like look weird. So we're going to weld those letters together. So we're going to make sure this is highlighted, and then we're gonna go over here to the right side of this panel, and we're gonna select this little icon where it has the shapes overlapping. So we're gonna select that, and then we are going to select weld, and this is going to weld our letters together. So we're gonna click it, and now you can see that the overlapping disappeared. So now I'm just gonna zoom back out, and now we're gonna be ready to print it. So before we hit print, we want to make sure that my name is inside that white paper. So I'm just going to rotate it just like that. And I want to make sure it's a full 90-degree angle. Okay. Now that everything is in my page, we got our cup wrap and our other design for our other cup. We're going to print it. So we're gonna go here on File, and then we're gonna go down to where it says Print. Select that, and just wait for the pop-up. Okay, now we're gonna hit Print, and then this always happens to me. My actual print preferences thingy is on the back of this. So if I just leave it like that, it's gonna keep loading and loading. I don't know if it happens to everybody, but this is what goes on with me. But I always hit cancel from here, and you can see my little, the pop-up is on the other side of that. So I'm gonna select my sublimation printer, and then I'm gonna go to preferences. And this is the preset that I have. I already have sublimation, so I'm gonna select that. But if you don't have this sublimation, because I custom made it, but let me show you what my settings are. So on paper type, I always make sure that it's presentation paper matte. Quality, we always want to make sure the quality is high to get you the best print. Next, we're gonna go on more options, and on advanced, I changed my color mode to Adobe RGB because usually the default is set to Epson Vivid. So I want to make sure that mine is Adobe RGB, and we're gonna hit OK. Nothing right here. And then right here on the additional settings, I want to make sure that the bidirectional printing is off. And this is because we want the printer to take its time. So if you turn this off, it's gonna print slower, but it's gonna print more crisp and more, you know, it's gonna take its time printing to make sure the quality is tip top. And then we wanna make sure that the mirror image is on. So with sublimation, if you're printing letters or words or something, you wanna make sure the mirror image is on because it's gonna print out as a mirror, and once you apply it, it's gonna be right side. So with like if you have like these cherries right here, this cup wrap, if there's no letters or words, that doesn't really matter. It only matters when you have letters or words. That way it prints the right way. So once we have our settings correct, we're gonna select OK, and then we're gonna print it. This is my printer printing out our designs, and this is a sped up video. So the printer that I'm using is an Epson ET2800. I do have a video on how to convert a Epson printer into sublimation. So if you want to get into sublimation and you don't know how to convert your printer, make sure you check out that video. I'll also link it down in the description below, along with my printer and the ink, so make sure you check it out. This is how my designs printed out. The sublimation paper that I'm using is the Craft Express brand. I really like it. I've been using it for a couple weeks now. So if you guys want to try out the Craft Express brand, I will link it down in the description below. Next, I'm going to be using my paper trimmer to trim my designs down. And I really like this paper trimmer because it has a rotary blade. So you know how like if you have like the tip blades, sometimes it could snag your designs. But since this one is kind of like a pizza cutter, it works great. The glass cans that we're going to be using today are from Craft Express, and these are the 18-ounce frosted glass cans. These glass cans come with a lid, and they also come with a glass straw. I've really been loving the frosted can look versus like the clear, because I feel like with the frosted one, you're able to see the designs more because it's kind of like a really frosty, like a almost white background, versus like when it's clear, you can see right through it, and then when you put your liquid in it, it kind of like blocks the design. So my personal preference is the frosted. If you like the clear, let me know. Next, to prep our cup for sublimation, I take a lint roller and I just go over the cup so it can take off any pieces of lint or any like fuzzies that are stuck on the cup. Next, for this specific design, since they don't exactly need to meet in the middle, I am going to trim off the excess piece. That way it makes it easier just to tape up. So next, the trick with sublimation is that you need your sublimation paper to be attached on the cup like super tight. So I'm gonna grab a piece of tape and I'm gonna tape on each side, the top and the bottom. And then once I have that side attached to the cup, I'm going to tightly pull the other side, and just to make sure it's really tight and pressed on the cup. And then once I feel like it's tight enough, I'm gonna get a piece of tape and just tape that on. Once we have our design on the cup, we're gonna attach a piece of butcher paper to the cup. And this is only to protect the press from any bleed through. So this butcher paper is just like, it acts like a barrier, so you don't have to put it like super tight, just as long as it's on there. Next, I'm gonna prep my other tumbler for sublimation. So once again, I use a lint roller and I go over the cup just to take off any lint or any fuzzies that are attached to the cup. Next, I'm going to apply my sublimation design onto my tumbler with some heat resistant tape. So I simply just tape on one side and then I pull on the other side of the design, and then I tightly wrap it down with another piece of the heat resistant tape. And like I said, the main trick with sublimation is that you really need that design pressed tightly against the cup so you don't get any ghosting or any like blurriness. Just try to make sure that that design is on the cup. Next, I'm going to attach my name to the back side. I like when the name starts like going from the top, so that's my preference. I've seen people put like the name starting from the bottom, but just whatever you like, do whatever you like. So once again, I'm tightly applying my design to my tumbler with heat resistant tape. Next, I'm going to wrap a piece of butcher paper around the cup. And like I said, this doesn't have to be any fancy way, as long as you just wrap the cup and just put a piece of tape on it. And this is only to protect your press from any bleed through. Now we're ready to put them inside the tumbler press. This tumbler press that I'm using is the Craft Express 2-in-1 Elite Pro. And to turn it on, you simply just push the button on the side and it will turn on. So next, we're just going to adjust our settings, our heat temperature and our seconds. So for our heat, it's going to be 385 degrees Fahrenheit, and our seconds, it's going to be a total of 120 seconds. So since we're going to be making a full wrap, we're going to rotate it halfway. So we're going to do 60 seconds, rotate, and then another 60 seconds. So I'm bringing down the seconds to 60. Now that our tumbler press is preheated, now we're going to insert our glass can. So the first one that I'm going to be doing is the full wrap one. So we're going to insert it, and then we're going to press it down and let the 60 seconds run. Now that our 60 seconds are up, we're going to open the press, we're going to rotate it, and we're going to press it again for another 60 seconds. And the reason why we rotate the cup is because the top of the tumbler press has a slight gap. So we rotate the tumbler so the section that was at the top is now at the bottom. That way the whole entire cup has an even amount of pressure and temperature, so we can get an even design all around the cup. So now that the first cup is done, we're gonna set it aside so it can cool down, and then we're going to press the other cup. And since this one was not a full wrap, so we're able to just put it in one time without rotating it. So as you can see, we're going to make sure that the part that doesn't have a design is facing the top. So not all designs need to be rotated. So the full wrap ones, yes, rotate, but the ones that are not a full wrap, you do not have to rotate. So now I'm adjusting the temperature because I'm only going to be pressing it one time. So it's going to get the full amount of 120 seconds. Now that I have my time set, once again, we're going to make sure that the part that doesn't have a design is facing the top. This part of the video is sped up, that's why it's moving so fast, but we're just gonna let it run its time for 120 seconds at 385 degrees. So once our time is up, we take out our tumbler and we're gonna set it aside. And since we're not using our tumbler press anymore, you wanna make sure you shut it off with that button on the side. Next, we're gonna reveal the beauty of the cup. So you can either peel sublimation either hot or cold, it doesn't matter. I haven't noticed a difference, but if you're gonna peel with hot, just make sure you're wearing gloves because the cup is hot. So here's the first one, the Coquette Cherry. Oh my God, it's so pretty. So now we're gonna do the other one. I'm gonna show you guys a full reveal after. So we're gonna peel this one and just peel the tape, rip off the tape. Oh my goodness, super, super pretty. And for the name, I rarely make cups for myself, but I'm glad I put my name on it, so I'm forced to keep this one. It came out beautiful. And like always, here is the finished look. These look beautiful, as my daughter says, they look aesthetic. and I put on a lid with some rhinestones and epoxy, some glitter. If you guys are interested in learning how to make a lid like that, let me know so I can post that video for you guys. It's super easy to make, and they just give the cup like an extra pop. It looks gorgeous. And then here is the other cherry one with the bows. I'm telling you, the frosted look is beautiful. That is it for today's video. If you guys watched until the end, thank you so much. Show me by putting bows and cherry emojis in the comments below. I see you guys putting the emojis in the previous videos, and I swear it makes me super, super happy. You guys are truly amazing. Don't forget to like, comment, share this video, subscribe to my channel. It really, really helps my channel grow. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.